So quick reminder, or if anyone's new to this, the idea is that we get together once a day just for a few minutes, literally 15 minutes, of which about 10 minutes is some kind of an actual practice. And the idea is pretty simple. We activate parts of our nervous system that we would like to be more accessible to us. So whether it's mindfulness, gratitude, passion, love, kindness, all those good things that make life as a human being interesting. And certainly in the context of mental health, when we're struggling with anxiety, depression, other issues, we have to make sure that we find time on a regular basis to activate these parts of our nervous system. So today's theme is resilience. We don't really have any control over what happens. Like you just need to tap into your news feed and realize, oh my gosh, all kinds of things are happening without anyone asking me for consent or permission or anything like that. It just happens, right? So our ability to be with whatever is showing up in our lives and to do so gracefully and skillfully, I would call that resilience. Or here's another definition of resilience. It's our ability to adapt and recover in the face of adversity, threats, or stress. And adversity, threats, or stress are very subjective experiences. So something that I might find stressful is absolutely not stressful to the person right next to me. So we need to, I think, just be okay with that and realize that there is no such thing as, you know, objective, right, wrong, good, bad thinking when it comes to stressors or adversity or challenges that we have. It's really just a question of us becoming more skillful at addressing the things that stimulate our nervous system in a way that that can feel challenging. And so there are three lenses through which I invite us to think about this today. So the first one is bounce. So bounce has to do with something bad or stressful happens. How quickly can I sort of go from that stressful interaction where my nervous system is activated and bounce back to my baseline and say, okay, that happened. That was crazy. That was difficult, but I'm back. So that's bounce. The next one is grit. So this is the ability to maintain some sense of composure or perspective as something difficult is happening. So the reason I show this picture of this person's hands is this guy's not getting any paper cuts, right? He's not getting, or staples aren't, poking him and causing stress in his life. He's got, I don't know, fisherman's or mason's hands. They're calloused. He's got a certain degree of grit. And so we can think of that as just cultivating some sense of a thicker skin. So as we go through life, we don't get as perturbed as as we otherwise wouldn't. So we can cultivate this sense of grit. The last or the third part of this is the reframe. So as things happen, there's this natural tendency for the mind to spin stories and say, oh my gosh, here we go. This person always, or they never. And this is so typical and it's never going to be any different, right? There's this natural narrative style that we all have based on our past. And especially if we've experienced trauma, it's very quick to get activated. And so the reframe has to do with being able to take a step back and say, okay, let me slow things down. I realize this is happening. And can I take a different perspective on this experience that's happening right now? So can I reframe this thing that right now feels overwhelmingly negative and challenging? And can I maybe look at it through a different lens where there may be some positivity? So let's try that. And yeah, let's spend a few minutes in that space where we're debating our sense of resilience. So close your eyes. And as always, start with being right here, right now, and noticing the body breathing, feet on the ground. Maybe bring your attention to your hands. Notice, what's it like to relax your hands and maybe interlace the fingers or just rest your palms of your hands on your thighs. And just notice the simplicity of breathing, feet on the ground, hands on the lap. Pretty sure that everyone's brains are doing all kinds of somersaults or remembering things that happened this morning or anticipating what's coming later on this afternoon. It's all okay. It's normal. And right now, just sitting, breathing, feet on the ground, hands on our laps. So we can settle into the simplicity of this moment. This kind of presencing is in and of itself a superpower. Just being able to do this over and over and over again as we pass through our day allows us to keep coming back to the simplicity of right here, right now. Okay, stays okay. Breathing, sitting. And the cool thing is we can use our mind to actually stimulate certain experiences where we can practice a different way of being. So when it comes to resilience, I want you to think of some experience in your memory that just didn't feel good. It felt stressful. On a scale of 1 to 10, don't pick a 10. Just see if you can find something where you were mildly irritated, upset, frustrated, anxious, something that just didn't feel good. Feel into that memory. Was the situation? Who was involved? Most importantly, noticing what did it feel like in the body? That stressful experience, where did it register in the body? There's no judgment here about whether or not your reaction was appropriate or good or bad. It's just the facts. It's just, yep, this is what it was like me in that moment. This is where I felt it in the body. Now, I want you to imagine yourself having a little more bounce or a little more rubbery than you were in that moment. Yes, you bumped into this difficult, stressful situation, but you're also choosing to bounce back up to baseline of equanimity, groundedness, and okayness. There's an element of just letting go, bouncing back up to was a few seconds ago, choosing to bounce back up to being embodied and grounded, being me. Next, I want you to imagine yourself just having a bit of a thicker protective layer all around you. Just a little more grit, like this mason's hands, like these little things can't penetrate and do as much damage as they maybe typically do. And just imagine yourself being a little thicker skinned in that situation that you're remembering. Just a little more bounce, grit, and then layering our prefrontal cortex into the picture. You ask yourself, we're going for the reframe. So we're not trying to convince ourselves of any alternate narrative, but we're just opening ourselves up to the possibility that there may be other explanations or other reasons for why the situation happened. Maybe they meant something completely different than what I interpreted them saying. Maybe this experience is not, in fact, representative of everything in my life. Maybe this is just isolated to this specific person, specific situation. Maybe it's got nothing to do with me. Maybe they're having a hard day. They're just reacting. Just opening up to other possible alternate explanations for now imagine yourself going through life, going through the rest of your day with this slightly thicker skin, a little more rubberiness, a little more sort of mental, emotional flexibility and bounce, the ability to reframe and not take things so personally. How different might your life be if you could remember resilience, bounce, grit, reframe. There's freedom, emotional, energetic freedom on the other end of becoming more skilled at activating these parts of ourselves. Take a deep breath in through your nose, Long, slow exhale through the mouth. Go, relaxing the shoulders, the neck, jaw. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Another deep inhale through the nose. Slow exhale through the mouth. Relaxing, letting go, trusting. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Rise. Oh, that felt very short today. I feel like I could have kept on going for a while longer, but hopefully just a quick reminder. We have a lot more say in how we experience moments throughout our day, and hopefully it's a reminder to remember, be bouncier, be grittier, and be open to reframing whatever's happening. So hope that was helpful. Hope to see you tomorrow, everyone. Take care.